We tend to escape from our monotonous life and seek refuge in the lap of nature, appreciating its brilliance. We share our beautiful earth with millions of different species and an array of incredible life. Biodiversity refers to this variety and variability of life. It is often explored at three levels that work together to create life on Earth: ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity.
Scientists have estimated that there are around 8.7 million species of plants and animals in existence. However, only around 1.2 million species have been identified and the rest is shrouded in mystery. The distribution of species is not even throughout the globe. The species richness is highest in the equator due to more sunlight and less seasonal variation, and gradually decreases towards the poles. This contrasting biodiversity is much necessary to manage the perfect overall balance of the globe. But the sad news is, this balance is getting hampered with each passing day owing to human interference, resulting in loss of species.
More than 40% of the amphibian species are threatened with extinction. Almost 33% of the reforming corals, sharks, shark relatives, and more than 33% marine mammals are threatened with extinction. 25% of the average proportion of species are threatened with extinction across terrestrial, freshwater, marine, vertebrate, invertebrate, and plant groups.
Meanwhile, this loss of biodiversity is also affecting us in a very broad way, which is often left unnoticed. According to the World Health Organization, biodiversity loss can have significant direct human health impacts if ecosystem services are no longer adequate to meet social needs. They are loss of food and water sources. We have already entered into the time of continuously increasing threat of drinking water scarcity and drastic food shortage. Indirectly, changes in ecosystem services affect livelihood, income, local migration, and on occasion may even cause political conflict. Leading the way is the ecological instability, which can result in the demolition of sustainability. Biodiversity imbalance leads to climate change, which directly affects the health and viability of the ecosystem, influencing shifts in human settlement.
The most surprising part is that we ourselves are responsible for leading us into this rough patch. Wondering how? Well, let me tell you. Habitat fragmentation. More and more human encroachment into their territories, introduction of alien species can harm the endemic ones, overexploitation of plant and animal species, pollution of soil, water and air, unplanned development, ignorance about species and ecosystem, inflexible legal and economic policies. These acts often result in extinction of species and, if left untreated, can lead us all the way to the next mass extinction. And well, that will include humans too. Sounds too absurd, right? Scientists have revealed that the impact of loss of biodiversity is way more destructive than one can imagine. From melting of the ice caps in the poles to the release of deadly viruses into the environment can result into pandemics after pandemics, a human-driven human extinction.
So, it's high time for us to shift our concern on the issues as early as possible and take proper measures. What kind of measures? Well, we can contribute in the conservation of biodiversity by simple acts like planting trees and raising voice against cutting them down. Minimum water expenditure. Not wasting water during shower, brushing or washing utensils can help protect vital wetlands. Habitat restoration. Don't invade the areas which are occupied by any other species. This can be done by the acts like allowing the bird which has occupied your balcony and not breaking the beehive of your garden. Helping the climate to maintain its balance by reducing the acts that leads to climate change. Follow the 7R principle, which is discussed in our previous video. Educate youngsters and try to increase the awareness in them. Let's work together to make our planet heal in order to sustain together.